the three. Oh, all right. So again, I'm gonna repeat it. It's recorded so that you can. So after our session, I'll post the recording on our group chat. I'll post the link so that you guys can listen to it and you can evaluate yourselves, like how you spoke, and if there are like grammar or pronunciation that you need to improve, then you would know that. Okay, so Luz, have you
Yes,
booked
ma'am.
your test already or not yet?
Not yet, ma'am, but I'm planning to take it in December,
I
maybe second
see.
week.
I see. Okay. So you can do that. Like, I mean, you can book it in the last minute. You don't.
Yeah, I think so, ma'am. I think, yeah, yes, ma'am, because most of the slots here are not at that full. So
Oh,
there's no problem with the appointments or dates.
okay. Well, that's good. What about you, Regan? Have you booked
Yeah,
your
yeah.
test yet?
But no. Just I'm a beginner. I try to after 6 months. I will take exam, but not right now. Just I'm trying. I'm preparing. So
Okay.
after 6 months, I will take the exam.
Yeah, it's good that you take your time. It's better than rushing.
Yeah.
Let me just set up my camera. It needs.
And then you can say me and how can I develop my pronunciation. So do you have any suggestion you can suggest me? So I wanna change my pronunciation. So not pronunciation is good. So every single day I try to change my pronunciation, and that's why how can I change my pronunciations? So you can
Okay.
suggest.
I'll try to correct some, but I can't correct like every word that you know, if I notice something, uh, like you pronounce incorrectly. So I'll try to write it down, but with this practice is just purely like speaking. Sometimes I make some notes, but uh, because of the limited time, it's hard. But I'll try my very best, and that's why the reason why I'm recording it so that you can hear yourself and you yourselves can do the evaluation, because you know how it is pronounced correctly. You know, when you listen to other people, native speakers, English native speakers talk, you know if your pronunciation is not the same as the way they pronounce the words. Okay? But like I said, I'll try
Yeah.
my best. I'll make
But
some
I don't
notes.
know, ma'am. I don't know what's the problem. And when I talk to someone else, I forget a lot of things. But I don't know what will I do. What should I do? I don't know.
Just practice. Okay, we'll see.
Please.
When you hear how you speak, then it would help a lot. Okay, so we'll start now.
Okay.
We'll do the part two questions, and part two
Okay.
questions are normally like it's like describing. You describe something. That's part two questions. So I'll just go over like making the setting as the actual exam
Yeah.
so that you guys can, you know, can feel the actual exam. If in case this is gonna be your first time, is it gonna be your first time, Luz, when you take the
No,
exam?
ma'am.
Huh? Sorry?
No, ma'am.
No?
No. I
Oh,
had
okay.
my, yes, ma'am. This will be my second time.
Oh, I see. So more or less you are already familiar or how it would go in the
Yes,
room
ma'am.
like with the examiner. Okay. But anyways, for the sake of those who
Yes.
haven't experienced yet what's it's like inside the room with the examiners, so I can at least give you some idea. Okay, so here it goes. When you start with your speaking part one, the examiner would, like, would say to you, this is, so the examiner is like in front of you, right? And well, at first the examiner would invite you to come into the room and then offers you the seat. And then when it's time to start, the examiner would say, this is the speaking part of your IELTS exam. My name is, let's say I'm Rita. My name is Rita. I'll be your examiner for this speaking portion of your test. Please note that our conversation is recorded for grading purposes. And then the examiner would say, can you tell me your name, please? And then you tell the name, and then you say, please, the examiner say, thank you, and please hand me your identification. And then you give him the whatever identification you have with you, passport. Normally it's a passport, and then you give it to the examiner, and the examiner would look at it and would say, okay, check, check, check. Would compare the picture from your passport and look at your face, and okay, the examiner say, okay, everything's good. So now we're going to begin part one. Let me start by asking you, so then the examiner would start. And okay, so let's start with, I'm gonna start with part two questions. So part two questions, the examiner would say, Regan, is this your, I forgot to ask you, or did I ask you? I forgot if you answered me. So the examiner, did I ask you if this is your first time? If it's gonna be your first time? No.
This is my first time.
You never took a test IELTS before?
No. I never did the IELTS exam.
Okay, so now I hope it would help you. It would help you how it is inside the room with the examiner. So when the part two, okay, so for part two, the examiner would say, that's the end of part one. Now I'm going to give you a topic, and I want you to talk about it for 2 minutes. Before you talk, I'll give you 1 minute to think about what you're going to say regarding the topic. You can write some notes or an outline to help you. Do you understand? So the examiner would always say that, so that you would repeat and you say, yes, I do understand. And then the examiner would say, here's a paper and a pen for you to use, and here's your topic. And then the examiner gives you the topic, describe this, and then, all right, remember you have 2 minutes to talk, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up, and then please start speaking now. So now I'm gonna give you topics, and for the first one, I'll give you 1 minute to prepare, but for the rest, I won't give you any more, because I'll be asking the same, question. Okay?
Okay.
Okie dokie. So let's hear it. Your topic is, let me see.
What about IELTS exam?
Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna pick Regan first.
After 5 minutes, I will.
Okay, you're not ready. All right, so let's try. Luz, are you ready for part two? Describe.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll give you. Let me just set my timer here. Let me just mute someone here. Okay, that's good now. All right, let me just set my timer. Give me a sec.
How will I know where can I see the question?
I'll give you. So is it okay
Okay,
if you
okay.
write it down while I'm
Sure, ma'am.
dictating? Okay, I'll give you just a moment. All right. So here's your, and everybody, you can, because after this, I'll give you the same questions. Everybody, Dev Prakash, Rayosri, Mobashir, MD, Mominol, and Jet Li, if you wanna write down this, because I'll give you the same questions, all of you. Okay? So now, Luz, it's
Yes, ma'am.
describe a language you want to learn, not English. Okay? Describe a language you want to learn. So exclude English. You can whatever language you wanna describe, but just not English. All right? So describe a language you want to learn. You should say what it is. I hope everybody is taking note. Um, how you would learn it and where you would learn it.
How
And
would you learn?
yeah,
And when? Where?
where? Yes, it's
Where?
location. Yeah.
Mm,
And then finally,
Can I speak?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I'm at. Yeah, yeah. I've got a license of English.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
in Egypt.
Okay.
In Egypt, yeah.
Your location is in Egypt. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm living in Egypt. Before I was living in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
I worked as a teacher of English language in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Now I'm working as a teacher here in Egypt.
Okay. So this is an IELTS speaking practice. So do you want to be here for practice? Because this is just mainly for practice speaking English for IELTS preparation.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll just continue. Okay. Now, why you want to learn the language? Luz, do you have it? Can you read it to me?
First, well, first of more than 30 years ago, I learned English. Okay, as first of all, as a hobby and as a profession.
That's good. Yeah, that's good, Mr. Mobashir.
Yeah. It's my profession to be a teacher in English. So every time I want to, everyone wants to improve his own skills, especially speaking, listening, reading, writing. Okay, one of the most important skills in learning English is speaking. If you can speak well, I think that it's a good way to be a good learner of English language.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just exclude you from, calling you to participate because you are overqualified anyway, and I don't think you also prepare for IELTS because all of them here, me included, we are all preparing for IELTS.
It's okay. I can prepare myself also again for IELTS.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. All right, Luz, can you read it to me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Describe language that you need to learn except English.
Yeah.
And then how would you learn and where would you learn it? Am I correct, ma'am?
Yes, and you missed something. What it is? So that means you have to
Okay.
mention the language. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So now I'm gonna give you 1 minute to prepare, and then when the time is up, I'll let you know, and then you can start speaking. Okie dokie. Start your preparation now. Okay, time is up. You can start
Okay,
speaking
ma'am.
now.
Okay. I'm chosen to speak about Japan language. I know that they call it Nihongo. Well, I want to learn this language because this language opens an opportunity for me to work in Japan. Uh, Furthermore, I I could learn this language by attending different classes online. It could be online or through face to face. But I think it's a bit pricey or costly. However, I am aware that there are agencies or um, organizations that conduct uh, free classes for me to learn this Nihongo. And I think that they would only provide this class for those individuals who want to work in Japan. Uh, Moreover, I could also learn this language through internet, through World Wide Web, because I know that through internet or this internet is a good source of information, not only in learning different things, but also when it comes to the culture, especially the culture of Japan. So I am looking forward to learn this Nihongo so that I could explore the beauty of Japan. Uh, I want to know their culture, tradition, and also their language.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
So it's just about the right time. When you finish, it's also your 2 minutes was finished. Okie dokie, let me just pause this one. All right,
I have
Dev. Oh,
hesitation, ma'am.
yeah, sorry?
I have hesitation and also
Yeah, but you improved
grammar,
today. I
ma'am.
noticed. You had hesitation before. I think that was yesterday, the other day. But today you still have that, but there's improvement from if you I compare it from the last time.
Okay.
So it's yeah, you did a good job. You can there is always room
Thank you.
for improvement anyway. So just keep improving. All right. Okay, I'll give you
Thank you, ma'am.
feedback when everybody is finished because I'm
Sure,
kind of
ma'am.
like anxious of the time. All right, Div
Yes, ma'am.
Prakash, do you wanna do it now or
Hi, good morning. How are you?
hi? I'm good, Div Prakash. So it's nice to have you. Okay,
Nice to
so
have you too. Yes, I would like to talk about my favorite language I want to learn in future, and that is going to be French. And the requirement is because I'm looking for my immigration at the moment, and French will give me upper hand in comparison to other speakers because I know it's a totally different language, and I'm not aware about anything about it. But the fact is, uh, because of my CRS calculator, and that will enhance, I guess, 10 more points in my, my CRS score. So that's why I'm interested in that one. And the other reason will be, the number of the French speakers. The French speakers are increasing day by day, and and this will give me opportunity because I am also in an IT guy, and that will give me an opportunity to have a deal with the French speakers because I have observed in French that most of the people speak there is a French language, and they are not very compatible with English because they prefer to speak in their own language. And being an Indian, I mean, this will give me an opportunity to deal with French speakers, and that will open new doors for me to do enhance my business as well. So this is, I know it's going to be tough, and because need to learn the basics, and this is going to take approximately a year to learn and to master any language. But I do have patience, and looking for a trainer who can train me.
okay. So you still have 20 seconds left, but that's okay. So let's go to the next. Let's see. Jubair, are you ready to talk, to speak? Okay, let's get Jet Li. Jet Li, your turn.
Yeah, hi, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, Jubair.
Okay. All right, let's give a chance to Jubair
Mute me
Jet Li.
then.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
I'm
right.
muting myself.
All
Okay,
right.
okay, ma'am. I'm unmute myself. After this person, I will attend it.
Okay, now I decide Jet Li, go.
Okay. So, one language that I'm very keen on learning. In fact, you have questioned the thing which I'm planning to do these days. I'm planning to learn Mandarin language for my future, and I will do it. I think I'll do it with my husband because these days he's working from home and he'll continue to do it from home in future also for quite some time. And I think this person will be the best person because he will stay with me 24/7 for coming few months, I guess, again. And we'll be learning this language in Melbourne itself because we are here. I want to learn this Mandarin language as I want to add it to my professional skill. Although in my field, working field, it is not very essential to learn this because I have a different field which doesn't um, actually learning language doesn't matter in my field. But then also I find it and I want to learn it because I'm seeing that Mandarin speakers are increasing these days everywhere globally because of their population maybe. And as I'll be working or I am working with skin clinics, so I'm seeing in Melbourne the skin clinics have means every skin clinic has Mandarin speaking employees, as well as the clients or the patients which come to their clinic are also Mandarins most of the time, sorry, Chinese most of the time. And so I would love to learn this language so that I'll be more flexible in that environment wherever I go in future. And definitely I'm planning to do it wisely and religiously.
Okay,
And
your time is
hopefully
up,
I'll
Jet
be,
Li. That's
yes.
good. That's
Okay.
good. Okay, next, Jubair.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Jubair. Welcome. So now it's your turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Would you mind to repeating the cue card? I have late joining this meeting, so at first I want to know the cue card topic. The
Okay.
topic I need to.
Okay, so describe a language you want to learn, not English. And you should say what it is, how you would learn it, and where you would learn it, and why you want to learn the language.
Okay, that's the language except English. Is
Yes.
it like that?
Yes, no, not, don't say English, just pick another different language. You can pick any
Okay.
language except English, okay? You want to start now?
Okay, that's I need to take 1 minute for thinking about the topic.
Okay, okay, take 1 minute. Let me pick someone else while you are preparing, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, Regan, are you there? Okay, he's not there. But okay, so let me pick Mr. Mobashir.
Yeah.
Wanna try?
First of all, when I listen to you, I misconfused with that you want to learn a new language except English, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that you want to improve English, not. Anyway, I want to learn Japanese language because I think that Japan is. I think that it's the leader of the world in all fields, economy, in all fields of life. So Japan as a country is for me is great. So I want to learn Japanese language. Is it easy? How can we use it? I want to learn it not for profession, not for working as my classmates said. I want to learn it for me. How these people became the leader of the world, how they achieve their goals easily, how do they live, what are their lifestyles, how do they live with each other, what are the relations between men and women there. Is it a kind of respect, as we know that we can see that we can see the how can they respect each other. So I think that Japanese language is for me not only for profession. I want to learn it to know who are they and how they reach this level of culture. How do they level of the lifestyle of life itself in all fields of life, economy, and social life itself. How can they live? How can they live, and so on. Okay. So for me, Japanese language is now for me is important.
Okay. All right. So good job, Mr. Mubashir. So let me go back to Jubair, and then after that, we can do
Okay,
some
ma'am.
feedback. All
I'm
right.
going to talk about a language that I have keen on to learn. The language is called Arabic. It's my passion to learn in Arabic. If I learn Arabic, I will get the opportunity to work 15 countries in the world. Their native language is in Arabic. So, in when I was in 12 years old, my mother and one of my brothers got admitted in an institution to learn in Arabic. So this is the institution that at first they teach me the alphabet. There is a 29 alphabet of Arabic. So I have learned it. Another thing is that our holy book, the Holy Quran, have written in English, have written in Arabic, and all of an explanation of this book have written in Arabic. If I learn properly in Arabic, that could create an opportunity to understand my holy book clearly and also understand their explanation is clearly. Another thing is that I have mentioned about that the 55 countries out of 26 countries in this planet. If I travel or if I go over there within these 50 countries, that would be create the opportunity for me or study over there. Also, will create opportunities to work over there. So that will help me in these three or other things. Another thing is that I will not fall down any difficulties within these 15 countries. That's the whole for me to learn in Arabic.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Welcome, Jubair Ahmed. Allah, you can learn Arabic very well. Inshallah.
Okay, so this is just my comment because I noticed that all of you guys, when you tried to describe the language that you wanted to learn, you did not really, except for Jubair, he mentioned a little bit about like it has 25 alphabets. So what I mean is you can describe the language. For example, Luz picked Japanese, Nihongo. So maybe you can describe the way they read it. Let's say they read it from top to bottom or from right to left instead of left to right, right? And then maybe you can describe some characters. You can say,
Is there Japanese here? Is there Japanese here, please?
no, there's no Japanese. It's just the language that Luz wanted to learn. That's the language she picked for describing. Okay, so, and for example, Jet Li picked Mandarin, and you could also describe, it's strange, characters, and there is this two lines like parallel to the other line, and it means number two or whatever. So you just kind of like pick whatever you remember in that language that you want to describe. I know it's hard when you don't know the language, because you pick it as something that you want to learn, right? So, but just try to describe, like you can say, maybe when I hear people speaking Mandarin, I feel like I'm hearing birds like chirping or something like that. So, just because for the sake of description. And then the bullet points, what it is, you name the language, and then how you would learn it. So Luz said that online, or maybe some agencies or something like that. And also I noticed, where is Prakash? He disappears. Okay. So yeah, sometimes they get disconnected because of I don't know, bad connection. But anyways, Prakash chose French. So you could say about French, like, oh, French language, the grammar is so complicated. They have like feminine and masculine, for anything. It doesn't have to be masculine. Let's say table, they put the article as masculine. But in English, it's table is like it. You say it is, and there is no gender in table. The only thing that you have gender is if it's man or woman or boy girl, right? So that's something like you can use when you describe. Try to describe like the physical aspect. They like I said before, if it's an object, you can say the color, the shape, the size or something. So, and Mr. Mobashir, do you have something to say? I know I have high respect for you because you are an English teacher, so maybe you can share your expertise when it comes to grammar, pronunciation, and things like that. Okay?
Yeah, it's okay. You want me to talk about some Arabic language, or what you say exactly?
Like about English, because all of us here, we are trying to learn to speak correctly, like pronunciation, grammar, and correct sentence construction.
English language, I can learn. I can give you some tips of how to learn English.
It's about IELTS, like preparation for IELTS International English Language Testing System. It's required for university degrees or something.
To get ready for English language speaking test, especially for IELTS. As you know, I'm sure that you know, IELTS speaking test so easy, but it has some rules you should follow.
Yeah, exactly. Strategies.
If you want to speak freely, okay, for more than from 2 minutes to 3 minutes, 5 minutes, as you know, but not exceed more than to speak. But don't stop when you are speaking. When you are speaking, it's the most important thing not to stop. I think that if you stop when you are speaking, it's a kind of some, as I listened before, hesitation.
Okay, Mr. Mabashir, I have to stop you there because, like I don't want them to get confused. They want to pass the IELTS, but IELTS has got like rules. Let's say the part 2 questions, you are given 1 minute to prepare and then 2 minutes to speak. And the examiner would tell you up front that he's gonna stop you when your time is up. This is the rule in the IELTS speaking exam. So you are saying a different thing, and I don't want them to get confused because some of them, it's gonna be their first time to take the test. So I want them to know and keep that in their mind that part two is you can only talk for 2 minutes, and you don't have to stop, wait until the examiner would say, okay, your time is up. So, and then because the speaking test would only take 12 to 15 minutes, and that's divided into three. So part two alone takes 3 minutes, and part one is 5 minutes, and then the rest would be for part three.
Yeah.
The examiner would only stop you for part one. He wouldn't stop you, but he's gonna interrupt you. Like if you are talking and talking, so that the examiner can give you more and more questions to know your level of English, because that's where the examiner would base the marks. So that's why the examiner would give you different questions, especially questions that would reveal how you understand how you use past tense, present tense, and future tense, and also those progressive tenses, perfect tenses, and perfect progressive tenses. So that's where the examiner would base the marks. So that's why
the most important thing here, you know, that IELTS, general IELTS test, it doesn't have a question on grammar, first of all, but examiner he should test you how to speak grammatically in a good way, how to use tenses in a good way, how to use the present symbols, past symbols, continuous or progressive, as you said. Here there are no questions, especially on grammar, but you are tested on grammar by your speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say that I has, it's completely wrong. You cannot say that
exactly.
I has. You can say that I have. If you say something about the past, you can say that I had, or you can say that I played, I remembered. Something you should use the best regular or irregular past tense. It is a kind of how to speak English properly, grammatically, and I think I'm sure that the examiner here tests your ability.
Oh. So that's about it. Actually, there is a criteria where the examiner based their markings, the score. So there is fluency, there's pronunciation, coherence. I can't remember the other one, but there are 4, I believe. So fluency, that means like you get the word fast. You don't have to really like stop and think which word you're gonna use. So when you hesitate many times, then your fluency is not that good, and you will be, graded based on those. Okay, doke. So we are done. Now let's finish this.